Wow. Look at that. I love these flowers. Right? This bindweed. It's horrible. Kills things. But it's beautiful. And there's certain moths or butterflies, whatever you want to call them. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful insects that exclusively, well, maybe not exclusively, but that seem to particularly love these flowers. And they have the same beautiful shade of white. And so if you see these, just know they'll make your crops better by tearing them down. See? They just climb on everything. Everything, everything. So that's called bindweed. It climbs on everything. Look at this. Look at that. See, flowers. Right. There we go, flowers. Right, and look right here. Pods, yes. Those are cowpeas though. Oh, tomatoes. I haven't told you guys, but I found right here, I found a tomato vine. Just right there. I accidentally snapped off the leader by accident, right? You know, and because I keep walking over here, right? I'll walk right here, as you can see, right? I mean, I dug a little bit there, but you know, I'd walk over here to look at that. I had no idea I was stepping on a tomato plant. So I accidentally destroyed the leader, but the good news is that it's sprouting vegetation, which is nice. You know, that's good. Man, look at this. Already. Where's a good one? I mean, they're all good ones. There we go, right there. Where is it? Can you see it? There we go, right there. Whoop, right there. That's right, mung beans. Producing. Stand still, something buzzing. Something big. And might have a stinger. Okay, now we can move. Huh. Man, oh, so good. African, this is my Mexican sorghum, which is good because I can mix it with my American sorghum. My African sorghum hasn't sprouted yet. So, you know, your boy's a little worried, you know, obviously. You know, but it's getting hotter. You can see plants are changing colors. They're hurting, right? They're hurting. You know, we come across here. You know, well, look at that. Still no fruit yet, to my knowledge. But, you know, it normally takes a bit. You know. Man, look at that sorghum. So the American sorghum is really tall and thin, right? Really tall and thin. You know, very different. Oh, look at that. Look at that prettiness. Oh, man. It's going to be a nice harvest this year, I tell you what. You know, and so nature. I have a lot of pets. You know, they don't all love me, but that's okay. I love them. Look at that little buddy right there. Look at that. Photosensitive, I tell you. You know, my corn's doing good. Wish I could show you guys the 130-day tropical corn that's growing. It's in a different state though. Man, this one's good. Look at this. This little guy right here. That's a good plant. It's a damn good plant. You know, chop down that great giant ragweed. You know, progress. And so just looking at the tattered remains. Truthful. We get violent storms here, you know. They used to be this violent, but oh boy, they're violent. Yep. So I'm just planning out what I'm growing next year, you know. I'm gonna do hot peppers. I think I'm gonna do a nice batch of hot peppers because, You know, I want them. And path. Oh, look, turning yellow again. Sorry about that. It's just the poor camera quality on my phone and the lighting, and I'm sorry about that. Look at these. They're much greener than they appear. It's just the sun. Yeah. Excited about those. Look at these. Hold on. Dang, dude. See, Hanford. Dang, dude. Look at all these. Burn pit. Look at all these, dude. My goodness. They're just, growing so good. Yep. Anthocyanins. Oh, man, so good. Look at this beautiful head. Amazing. Oh, so good. Oh. Amazing. And so, soybeans, sprouting, doing their thing. Soybeans. Hold on. Soybeans. You gotta watch your step. Sorry, little chia plant. You're not gonna make it anyways. Hold on. Look at those soybeans in there. All right, soybeans here. Look at them. They're turning purple. That's cool. Anthocyanins. Very important. I'm just killing this. I just killed that plant. See this big chunk of hungus right here? This big boy. I gotta be careful where I step. I thought this one was sorghum. Sorry. I thought this was sorghum. No. This is foxtail millet, but I couldn't tell at the beginning, right? Because I planted like 10,000 seeds. This is the only one that popped up. But man, this one's from Lithuania, right? That's where my mother's side's from, Lithuania. So it's special to me. I'll get more. That's just a start, but it's brutal conditions out here. I mean, more than one germinated, definitely. But, you know, did they survive? That's the question. But one did, and it's going to seed, you know, beautiful. And so, mosquitoes. Quit taking my DNA for babies. Oh, okay. Let's see. Beautiful flowers, right? We got, can you see it? They're purple flowers, white flowers. And then I think we have some light purple flowers right there. So you have deep purple, white, and light purple. Got the Barney color going on, you know, Barney color. And the deep purples over there and the whites. Fantastic. Let's look at this okra situation. You know, spin a little bit. We like our little buddy okras. Dang, look at that sucker. That thing's huge. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's huge. Oh man, look at that big old flower. Wow, look at this sucker. Look, oh man, for size, man. Huge honking suckers. Man, I'm proud of this okra patch. Can't wait for it to all be dry. You know, so I can have the harvest. A flower. Is now turning into a pod. Beautiful. Oh, look at these. Hold on. Just for you all, because it's so pretty. Look at this. Look at that, baby. That's so pretty. That's so pretty. I'm sorry if I have my finger over the mic. It's a bad habit I have. If it happened, I'm sorry. Oh, so pretty. It's like, look at me. Hidden beauty. Dang. Look at all these. Jeez. Oh. The tallest one is right above my knee. That's about 2 feet tall. And these aren't even a month old yet. These are not even a month old yet. Wow, so vigorous. Right? They're not messing around at all. They are just, dang, dude. All these cowpeas, man. All these cowpeas, just ready to be eaten. Not right now, but later. And you can tell the difference too. So this is probably more the African varieties. This is more the American varieties. A lot of African varieties are used for food. Just like kunde from Kenya, which is represented in this batch. So let's see if we can find one that's very big. Sorry. Let's see. I mean, they're all pretty big. But, you know, some are obviously bigger than others. Sad fact of life. I guess this is less noticeable now. It was more noticeable a couple days ago. Oh no, that one's pretty big. Right there. See how big it is compared to the other ones? But it's getting there. It's getting there. I'm gonna eventually, this is gonna be like the honey beans and brown beans, right? From Nigeria, where you can make like mung and akara with. That's the thought process behind it. But I wanted it to have, you know, genetics from the different tribes from Africa as well that I got. And then also some of your American varieties, like commercial varieties, and as well as, like, I got this really good deer plot that's really diverse, deer plot seed, you know, cowpeas, right? I mean, you gotta mix the wild stuff while you can, you know. It's just gonna help grow faster, and that's why I think it's why it's so vigorous. That, and they just had dead roots to soak on, and full sun they're getting, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, you know, they just love it. That, and there's that pressure of, you know, time's dwindling, right? As you saw, the mung beans are already producing seed, and there's my shiso right there. I have a bunch of it. I'm gonna get seed for that this year. You know, it's crazy. I've been here for so many years and didn't even know it was here, right? Sometimes the most beautiful things are right in front of you and you don't even know. And so, look at that, beautiful. Look at that, just the anthocyanins on the undercarriage. I'm currently cooking some brown rice, and I took some shiso and washed the leaves off and put that on top to flavor my brown rice as it germinates. You know, I have a zoji rushi, and I have this Gabba brown rice mode that's very nice. I like it. Sprouts my brown rice for me a little bit before I eat it. Makes it sticky. You know, who doesn't like sticky brown rice? But man, delicious. Put some shiso on there for that minty, herbaceous taste. Right, tad of sweetness to blend well with the earthy flavors. And so, yeah. Wow. Sorry if you see anything crazy. It's our ghetto gardens. Y'all have no idea. And that's fine, because it works. Oh, I'll watch out for my step there. Beautiful. They call Fuzzy Wuzzy. We like Fuzzy Wuzzy. What's cool is this right here. These are not sticky, but they still wrap, these mung beans. They're not sticky, they're fuzzy. But if they have something to climb, they'll still climb it. They'll still wrap around it. But they don't need to climb anything, though. So that's an interesting trait. So I'm thinking about intercropping with other stuff next year. You know, just to help with the harvest a little bit and to break up that. You don't want a monocrop, right? You don't want the same root system only. Because then it just has nothing to... Iron sharpens iron, right? A really good book said that. And, you know, the thing about iron sharpens iron is that it needs something to fight against. And having diverse root systems, right? Which is why you see things like the Three Sisters, right? People talk about that all the time. That's a diverse root system, right? So you're having a lot of the nitrogen fixing bacteria from the nitrogen fixing bacteria from the, well, really from the corn, but don't tell anyone that, you know what I mean? A small little hint. Plants can get nitrogen on their own. You just gotta know how to make them do it. So that's the thing. You don't need all the fancy fertilizers. If you do, that's fine. I mean, like, you see how these are growing, right? If you were to take these seeds and put them in high fertilizer, they would just go crazy, you know, because they're not used to it. And so we'll see. We'll see how things go. We'll see how things continue. But I'm really happy with this. One thing I found over here, right? I didn't know that came up because it's really small and it looks like weeds. I did a really bad job. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect, you know. I have to like do some sort of maintenance, right? But let's go with this. So I'm gonna put my finger there. Just, wow. Just there, so I'll counter off the. All right, so these right here, those are weeds, right? Right. This right here is my Molokia. This right here, right? Let's zoom in. That is weeds. All around it is Molokia. And so, you know, we were clearing this path and I didn't see my plants and I was like, I assumed they were all the same. You know, that's my fault, even though I planted it there. I should have known better. It's my first year growing it. And so I, like, you know, I went ahead and had it chopped down, you know what I mean? And so this Molokia was chopped down to the bare ground and had to grow back. And so it's trying really hard. See right there, that's the Uwadu, right? The Nigerian one. I have 3 different varieties here, and so I'm growing them. They're all throughout here, but they're also mixed with weeds. And so if they produce seeds this year, they're gonna be really vigorous because they went from being chopped down all the way to the bottom to having to resprout and had to use a lot of their root strength and sunlight because they don't have, you know, I don't give them fertilizer, you know, and so it's a low input system, you know, very low input. So, you know, got bees everywhere. It's nice. You had all these different bees, and yeah, right there is lima beans, right, and that's all my native pole beans there, all right there. So yeah, I just wanted to give you all this little update and show you how things are going. And man, these mung beans are just crazy. So, all right, love y'all. Take care. See you next time.